and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subs. Sergeant OCD here again. So, last week I was trying to fix this lantern, found out that I needed some packing, and I probably need to go into it a little bit further because I'm not getting any fuel from the bottom, what they call the tank. They call it something else too, but from the tank up. So we're going to work on that today. I was talking to a guy at work yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, you got a YouTube video or YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I saw you working on that stove," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." He goes, "I got one just like it." I said, "Give it to me." He goes, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I'm going to fix it and give it back to you." So hopefully, we'll be able to do that on kind of a midweek video because I got foraging to do. I got traps to set. There's so many things. It's a little chilly today, so it's 50 degrees when I came out here. So I started a fire. Now it's about 70. Doesn't take too long with my stove. So it's very comfortable in here. But I did watch a few more videos on this, and I missed some things. The original, 5-6 times I watched it. So, yeah, it happens. You miss things. That's why repetition is always good. So I have this lantern here that we got to replace the packing. Feel like a little bit of a chucklehead because the packing was in this. I thought it was grease for this because they had them together, and I'm like, well, that's nice, but I thought I misplaced it somewhere, the packing for this and my stove. So I have it now, or always had it, but I have an extra packing for my other lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the generator tube packing as well. Obviously you take that off. These are real easy to take apart. I just left all my tools out because I'm the only one that works on this bench. So, I said I wasn't going to run music to this for this reason. So a couple months ago, I believe it was the Chinese, correct me if I'm wrong, they ran like 5 or 6 balloons over our land, which should concern people. But the population believes the government and says, oh, they didn't get any information. Well, I don't believe that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I did serve the military for a total of 29 years, 10 of it active, 20, almost 10 active, and then almost 20 inactive, reserve. So I know a little bit about how they divulge classified information or declassify information, or how they make classified information. So let's talk about how they would make classified information. So we're going to use this bottle. So the bottle itself is not classified. As you keep adding stuff to that bottle, it becomes a classification. So if I tell you that I live in Washington, D.C. on D Street, and I work at the Pentagon, you might want to try to grab me, see if you can get any information out of you. So that's why nobody really tells where they work and that sort of thing. I mean, it's an example, but
we were always cognizant of what we shared. Okay? When you hold a TS clearance, you have to be. And what we put together. You know, me working at Nellis Air Force Base wasn't a big deal. Oh, let's use this one. This happened to me at Ramstein. So, I was at Ramstein. It was before the wall came down. And I went to East Berlin. I'm trying to concentrate on this. Hold on. There it comes. So I went to East Berlin, and I was told to tell them I wasn't a comm troop, I was working in supply. I was a low-level supply clerk. The reason they tell me to say that is because if they find out that I'm a comm troop and have access to classified key tapes, that would be a problem. So I lied to them. So anyway, always compare. Obviously, that packing's gone. So there should be, I'm not sure if there's a ring on here anyway, but I'm going to crush it because they say to crush it. Maybe I'm not. I don't think there's a ring on there. Anyway, I somehow got to get this out. That's probably coming out here. So, getting back to the balloon. So the government wants you to believe that, you know, they didn't get anything out of it. I personally do not believe it. Here's the reason why. So, earlier this week, they were talking about how I think I might have to take that out too, to release this. They were talking about the setting up Congress with sat phones, first aid training, survival training. So then they had some chucklehead who wasn't even white, said he was a white supremacist, nothing in the U-Haul, and they laid out a swastika flag, a Nazi flag. So that in itself, I believe, was to deter us, because, you know, white supremacy will kind of take over a story that about them setting up for a contingency plan. And those of you in the military understand contingency plans. So why would you want to have a sat phone in survival training? Well, to me and to some others, the threat of an EMP is pretty strong. So what an EMP would do, electromagnetic pulse, it's not an EMP pulse like I hear some people say. If they set it up, let's just say they set it off over, you know, 10,000 feet up over Kansas. That'll knock out a lot of communication. So if you don't have communication, you don't have electronics, you're not going to have water, you're not going to have electricity, and it's going to be a problem for it's going to be a problem for anybody to communicate. It's going to be a problem for anybody to eventually all the pumps and everything are going to shut down. The electricity is going to turn off, which is the reason that I started this over a year ago, to sharpen my skills, which I had some, but not enough. Okay, this should come out. There's supposed to be a ring on both sides. Maybe that ring's in there. So my point is, I mean, I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not gonna do anything on these videos that's gonna get me either removed or taken for a debrief. But I will tell you that if you have a jog, fill it with water. If you have a pool, fill it with water. Stock up on water, because if you don't know how to collect it and treat it, you're going to die within 3 days. Stock up on food for you and your family. My go bag's no longer in here, it's in my house. I have one close to my motorcycle, I have one in my house, and then I'm going to put another one in my car, just in case anything happens. Now, normally the vehicle one is a get home bag, but contingencies. Whew, I thought I used brake clean on that. I would be repainting. Not sure if this is gonna come out. Oh, let me put this screw back in. So, you know, stock up on food. That's what my next video is going to be on, about food. If you haven't started your gardens, start them. I've got tomatoes, potatoes, onions, squash, okra, a bunch of herbs. And then I have another garden, which is my, I guess that's not coming out, is my foraging garden. So if you don't, I'm trying to consolidate some things, some medicinal plants and stuff that I collect from other people. So if you don't have any of that, you might want to get it. You might want to start it. Now, I didn't know any plants when I started this, and I know a few now. Generator out of the other one. And I put this together wrong. So it goes spring, packing. So what happened was everything was getting soaked into that, and then me needle. So if you look at this one that works, you got the packing, the spring, and the needle. Going back to this one, yeah, I soaked that packing. So what was happening, this was up top, it was blocking everything. Like I said, oh, I didn't even get that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think I did. So with this, like this, it was blocking all the fuel. That's why. And this I had on backwards. It just wasn't sitting right. So that's up. Let's try this again. So Frank from Coleman, whatever, his YouTube video. He says take pictures. And normally I do. But I have another theory on that. I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life because I did it once wrong and I couldn't get it to work. And nothing got damaged. I don't know why this thing seems like it's off. But it is off. I don't know why that is. But I'm going to get this thing to work. Yeah, this valve's on the wrong side. I did have it right. I don't know why I went ahead and went with that. Because this thing's not sitting right. Me turning that valve. Oh. Could be the other problem. Oh, let's get that generator out. Oh! Don't want to damage that. My baby's here. Grandson. They threw the dog out. So I brought him in here. He's my dog, but he's not my dog. The only thing he likes me for is to feed him and take him on rides. In the car. Thinking about buying one for the bike. So I could take him on rides on the bike. Yeah, so looking at that one, comparing the two, still got that generator out. This is 180 degrees out of whack. I'm very fortunate to have one to look at. Alright. I'm going to flip this around, change the battery. So, I loosened it. I hope I didn't ruin it by tightening it down too much. Now this fits a lot better. That would bum me out. This is going to fit a whole lot better now. But I would make it work even if I had to put some pipe dope or whatever in there. You gotta be careful messing with copper. Just like that check valve. I got a new check valve and I'm looking for the tool for it. Just in case I ever have to change it for under 20. I did find it for 20 on eBay. I might get it there. I mean, at this point I'm not even concerned if it's a Coleman one. But if there's no internet, I'm not going to be able to get a check valve. And they do go bad. So that's why when I buy parts, I buy extra. That gray toolbox that you see on my bench, my dad, that was his electronics toolbox, but that was also his stash box for all kinds of stuff. When it took me, I don't know, probably 10-12 years to empty it out. So he still had tuning tools for TVs, tube TVs, which is interesting. We don't do none of that now. Nowadays we just swap it off and Some people throw their TV on the side of the road, which is very ignorant. Okay, now that we got that the right way, this will go in the way I was putting them in before. That's why it didn't fit, because I would just bring it in here this way and put the hook in there and let it drop. Tighten that up. Put this on. I bet it works. Okay. Down to light. Come on. Are you kidding me? I hear it. Yes. So there we go. So I needed the packing. I needed the packing for this, and I mean, I didn't have to really replace some things in the generator tube, like this generator packing, but I did. Other than that, mantles. This one was a little bit harder, but hey, we prevailed. That's good. Let me put that one back. Get this one out. I'm gonna let them burn for a little bit.
Shine a light on me. So, as you can see, we got them both working again. When I put the generator back together, I put it in backwards. Wasn't thinking, I was talking. I did tighten this too much, but it did survive. We replaced the packing on this one. I mean, I tightened the whole valve. So this was very difficult to get on the right way. It was sitting cockeyed for a while. But I got both the lanterns working. So, get ready for the shift. You know, you don't know what Korea, China, any of those crazy countries are going to do. You know, China sent surveillance balloons for a reason. The government says they didn't get anything, but, you know, you and I both know that that's not true. Speculation. It's not true. So, I'm done with this one for today. God bless you. Take care. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.